Welcome everybody to our Lucky Strike Gold show tonight. We have Darren and Talisha
I was just getting,
and Leanne.
I was just getting pushed around.
Yeah, we were just we've got him in the middle. He can't be bad.
Yes, I'm not saying a thing. Okay, what's on for tonight?
Well, first up, we've got our giveaway for. It's actually going to run over this show tonight and next week's show as well. So we're giving away. Do you want to reveal it?
We're giving away a free training tour to one lucky person. So are we going to say no? We're going to reveal that later. How you can win that?
Okay.
Is that right?
I guess so.
Okay. Yep.
I think so.
And if on the training day, if they haven't got a machine, we'll give them a 6,000 to use,
That's exactly right.
so they can see what a great machine they are.
No, I think they start going in the draw now.
Okay. Start going.
Joe.
Start going in the draw.
Draw.
Now.
Okay.
Yep.
So what do they have to do to go in the draw?
Just comment.
A comment what you think our big reveal is tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All right. And yes. Okay. That's good.
Okay.
All right.
Tonight's lineup, gold of the week.
Yes. You've got your favourite bit of gold or a favourite,
yeah.
not the favourite.
Yeah,
A favourite.
A bit of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Relic of the week. Mm-hmm. We've got the newsletter highlights.
Yeah, including a 40-gram nugget that was
wow.
found.
40 gram. What's that in today's prices? A lot. 36. But over $7,000.
Yeah, not bad.
Well worth picking up. What else? Oh, the videos inside the mining tunnel. And I saw we've got the first attempt and the second attempt.
We do.
Yeah, that's, I remember the first one. I do. What the old timers can teach us
Yeah.
is a good one. And the big reveal. But that will be done earlier because Mum's...
I have to go off to a meeting. I've got a meeting at
later.
later.
Yep.
And we got tip of the week as well. So a place where miners lost their gold.
Okay.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
That
comment
does.
below if you can think of any general places miners might have lost their gold.
You don't know anywhere they might have lost a kilo piece, do you? Okay.
So as we mentioned, the big reveal is going to be coming up shortly. So stick around and we'll get to that soon.
And we'll let them know what it is.
Yes.
The gold price, gee, hasn't that shot up? I know, it's fluctuating a bit, but it's anywhere from, 180 to a gram up. That's just insane. To give you an idea, guys, like this little bit just here, just a tiny bit, it's just over a gram, so it's just over $200, that little bit. That's just...
And that would have only been a couple of years ago, $100 piece.
probably not even that. Probably not
Gone
even
up.
that.
How much has it gone up?
Well, it wasn't that long ago. Gold was sitting around the $82 a gram, or a couple of years ago, and it's just gone mad.
It's gone up, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to talk about the gold price.
So at about 10 a.m. today, it was $1.8262.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of background on that because it has gone up in the last week. Last week, the US had their Fed Reserve cut the interest rates by 0.25%. It was the first cut they've made this year, and there's expected to be a few more cuts for the remainder of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, gold earns no interest, so when rates are high, money in the bank or bonds pay you more. So gold looks less attractive, but when the rates are cut, like what's just happened, savings and bonds pay less, meaning gold becomes more appealing and people are putting their money into that.
Yeah, it's a safe place to put your money.
Yeah. And at the same time, the weak US dollar is also affecting gold. So rate cuts make the US dollar weaker.
And another thing too that's uncertain, like I know Russia has been poking the bear, flying aircrafts into Germany and Lithuania, I think it was. They flew 4 fighter jets into their country, and it just, it's just uncertainty, and
Yeah, that's a big thing, isn't it? Like political unrest always makes gold go up.
It does. Yeah.
And when there's fear in the world, which, when Putin is trying to, do the things he is and trying to make a mess over there, well, then gold is going to go up in relation to that fear.
Yeah. But there's always two sides to a story too, isn't there, with anything? And no. Okay.
Not where Putin's concerned in my book anyway. I'll call it how it is. Stuff him.
So on top of that, because gold is priced in US dollars, a weaker dollar usually pushes the gold up.
Generally, yeah.
And then cuts can stimulate the economy and risk higher inflation later.
Okay.
And gold is a traditional hedge against inflation, so demand rises.
Yeah.
And then lastly, lower rates equal cheaper home loans. So banks are more willing to lend and repayments cost less. And then homeowners can refinance or use a home equity loan to help free up cash. And then that borrowed money can be put towards investments, including gold, shares, property,
Silver,
etc. So a few reasons why gold price is on the up at the moment.
It is. I'll stick to what I know, and that's gold. Okay.
All right, so we got some Nugget Finder updates this week.
Okay, so Nugget Finder is back in production of the Z Search coils because they couldn't get the components for them, so they had a temporary part shortage. So they're back in full swing with the Z Search coils, which are for the GPZ 7000. The Exceed coils are back in production. They're still difficult to get. We have a large order with Nugget Finder with these, and we are getting a few in sort of each week. So if you want one, get your name on the waiting list. That's the only way to get one of these. So it'd be the 12x7 Exceed coil is the one that is coming through. There's been a delay of these of around 10 months. So that's
that long.
Been a while. Yeah. And Rowan says that he'd like to thank everybody for waiting patiently for these. So it certainly wasn't, wasn't under his control that there was such a wait. So they're working hard now to catch up with the backlog of orders. Also, the warranty period, they're saying, has changed for the 12x7 Exceed coil. So the Exceed coils will be covered with the following warranty: internal failure, including any circuitry malfunctions, shielding or winding failure, will be covered for a period of 24 months.
Wow.
And the cable, including the plug, will be covered for a period of 12 months. And warranty does not cover, clearly, misuse, accidents, failure to use a skid plate, very important, unauthorised repairs or normal wear and tear. And Nugget Finders also said there will be no new Exceed coil sizes released in 2025. So looks like we'll be waiting, hopefully, for those in 2026.
Okay. Yeah,
So at least good news that they're back in production.
yeah, worth the wait too. They're really good coils.
They're an amazing coil, aren't they? We were out taking tours on the weekend, and there was another guy over from us using an aftermarket coil, wasn't he, on a 6? And he was getting
I think
quite
he
a
had
bit of gold.
four little ones, just over the hill. But yeah.
All right, gold of the week.
Gold of the week. I think I might show which one.
I think that one.
The block.
Yeah.
Okay.
The biggest one.
Yeah. Okay, here's some gold that was melted down. Now it's 302 grams. It's just like a little bit of Lego, I suppose, but heavy. Yeah, 302 grams. So I think I worked out before, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but it was about $55,000 just there. But
I like that idea of that being a Lego. You could make gold Lego blocks out of it.
You
There's a new
could.
product idea.
might cost a bit, but there's just, I just can't get over the price of gold at the moment. It's just crazy, like $55,000 worth just there. Yeah.
Nice
all-
and heavy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
all gold's nice gold.
Mm.
Yeah, but that I melted was really fine gold. Like, there's not much you can sort of do with that stuff, and you can only make up so many pay dirt bags. So, so it had to be melted.
Beautiful.
Nice. Okay,
And then we got the relic of the week.
the relic of the week. I've got a few little bits and pieces here. I just might run through quickly. This is just a little bottle you find on the gold fields. Now, it's probably from the turn of the century to about 1940s, I think this company ceased. But it's called Dr. Moore's Indian Root Pills.
Okay.
And it was to cleanse the blood, apparently. It was sold to cleanse the blood. Not what you're thinking it might be for. But I saw on the side there, you said that you can take a quarter of a pill a day up to 4 pills a day. But I was told that, it didn't cleanse the blood at all. It was sort of falsely promoted. But yeah, it's about, not probably 1930s, that little bottle. Not worth a terrible lot. It's more of a talking piece probably than anything. So yeah, that's one of the things. Not a lot, but sometimes around old mining sites, you'll find an old penny and it's been bent like that. What they were used as spacers on their rocker boxes or any other machinery as a washer.
Okay.
So it was probably cheaper to use an old penny than to go into town to get a washer. And that's why it's like that. Yeah, and you can imagine it would be filling the void in a cradle or rocker box. And that's why they're like that. Yeah, I've got a few of them. I wouldn't say a lot. And just quickly, old miners' buttons that you'll come across like that. Old miners' buttons can be worth good money if they've got the right name on them. Say they've got a name on them, it might have J. Smith, Taylor, Creswick. People collect them nowadays. Years ago, people would dig up a button and say, damn button, and throw it away. But there is collectors of them now. Yeah. Okay, so that's the
Nice
relics.
little collection.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll run through the top 5 bestsellers and then we might go to our reveal.
Announcement.
Yeah.
Dun.
Okay. So top 5 bestsellers for this week were the everlasting Made for Muffs headphones hat.
Wow.
They are so popular. So they're the hats with the holes in them for your headphones. And they're great not just for prospecting, but also for anything outside, any outside work basically where you're wearing headphones. So lawn mowing and on machinery,
chainsaws, machinery,
and,
any of that.
Number 2 was the GPX 6000 metal detector. So they're still selling.
They're selling. Yeah. I think because of nicer weather and people are getting out there.
Yeah, the weather's starting to get slightly warmer.
I want to get out. I want to get out there with gold at this price. Find some.
Yeah, well, that's right. Then we had number 3, the Nugget sniffer bottle. So that is always popular for the little sniffer bottles.
Yep.
And number 4, we have the 14-inch gold pan with the dual riffles. So that's the green one. And that's very popular. I think, again, with the nicer weather, people are wanting to head out panning.
And there's water at Slady Creek at Creswick. We were out there on the weekend at very pretty
We were
spot.
out Saturday and Sunday and talking to some of the campers there, which was a bit of fun, checking in with what they're doing. And some gold prospectors out there. And that was cool. And number 5 is the Easy Dig Small CC pick. Now, our CC picks, they're actually difficult to keep in the store, aren't they? I think I think Craig makes them with legs, so they walk out the door somehow. But they do walk out the door.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that's our top 5 bestsellers for the week, and we're
Okay.
on to the big reveal.
Okay, drum roll, please.
Okay. Who wants to reveal it?
You can.
You can. The big reveal is that we're opening up another store,
Yes.
A Mind Lab store.
a Mind Lab store. It will be bigger than the one we've got here in Geelong.
Bigger shop floor.
Yeah, we're not going to announce it just
We're not going to announce where it is
just
yet.
yet.
This is part of what we want you to start thinking about. Where do we need a new shop in Australia?
Where, yeah. But yeah, look, it's going to be good for everybody because there is no Mind Lab dealership there
In this town we're
in this
talking
town.
about.
Yeah, and we will be the Bunnings of prospecting equipment.
We already are. We get told that now, so we'll
Yeah.
just extend that to the new
Yeah.
shop. So
But again, being a bit bigger shop, we can get in some different stuff too. Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. But
got some work ahead of you, haven't you?
I have. Yeah.
So it'll still be the same Lucky Strike Gold that you know and love. It's still going to be a Mind Lab certified dealership.
It is.
And we'll be
And us three will still be behind the name, plus our other great staff as well, our team. And we are actually looking for new staff, aren't we?
we are. We are. Yeah.
Yeah, so send us
actually
a Facebook message, email, give us a call, whatever works best for you if you're interested in knowing more.
Yes. Yeah. But that's the big announcement.
If you're interested in knowing more about the job,
Yes.
yes, about the job, not just more. We don't want to be inundated.
Yeah. Look at,
If you're looking for work in this field, so we're actually looking for a team to staff the new shop, and we are looking for more tour guides as well.
Yeah.
So either or, if you're interested.
And
Let us
it
know.
doesn't really matter where you're located as well for the tour guides because we're looking in multiple locations. So,
We are.
yeah.
just message us if it's something you're interested in and we'll,
Find out a bit more about it.
let you know some more details.
But yeah, we've got the shop fitter at the moment, haven't we?
Yes.
Organising things. So.
Yeah, so I've got a meeting with them in the morning, with
Tomorrow,
the shop
yep.
fitter in the morning.
Okay.
So that'll be good. But we've just, it's going to be a bit of a slow process getting it up and running, but we're working on it, and we are going to actually open up, probably early from the roller doors.
Yeah. Just get the shop open. Get some equipment sold and
And
Yeah.
how exciting that we can finally share this news. It's sort of been a project in the works for
About 6 months, I'd say,
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
More, probably.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you
probably.
had you had to come home early from WA, didn't you, to
Yeah, well,
have a bit of a look and
yeah.
and
Yeah, no, we've done a lot of work in behind the scenes on
lot.
it. So now it's just sort of getting to the point where we'll start seeing that
Yeah.
work come to fruition.
Yeah.
So
and it's it's not just about getting a shop and opening the doors. It's getting the right location for everybody. Great parking, easy to find. There's a lot that we looked at that just didn't tick the box, isn't there? And
we
this,
probably looked at about 50 shops
Yeah.
before we decided on this one.
yeah,
And now we're looking at getting the right team to
behind
man
us.
it.
Yep.
We're pretty fussy with our team. We just want to give the best service to everybody. So yeah, we're really looking for somebody who can do that.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you with these lovely people
Okay.
and go off to my meeting.
Okay.
Bye.
Do you want to stick around for just a second?
Oh,
We're going to
okay.
go into our first video of the tunnel
Oh, yeah.
that we've been talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
with the mosquitoes, the miners'
Yeah,
tunnel.
yeah.
So we'll jump into that one, and just to give you an idea of what our first attempt was like,
Yeah.
and then we can go into the second attempt.
Hey guys, it's Darren here, about to go into this tunnel for a bit of a look. Haven't been in here for probably, I reckon probably 20 years. You can see on the wall there where the timbers have been, just a bit of support. Oh, there's a cool little, oh, God, look at the mozzies. They're everywhere. Might have to hold my breath, I think. Oh, look at them. They're all the mosquitoes. No, can't go any further, guys. They're just too bad. Anyway, I'll show you this another time.
Gosh, that makes me feel sick already. I was watching that the other day and I'm like choking.
Yeah, I remember going in there and I couldn't open my mouth because I was too scared that they were going
Just swallow it.
I was,
Made of nightmares.
and that was just in the door, basically.
Yeah.
That wasn't up the end of it.
All right, let's go into our second attempt.
Okay.
This was just the other week, so
It was.
let's have a look.
Yeah, Darren here. We're just north of Ballarat, an old adit or tunnel that I knew of. So we're just going to go in and have a look at it. That's why I've got the big torch here to go and have a look. Look, we did come here probably about 6 months ago, and there was all these mosquitoes in there. There was thousands of them, so hopefully they're gone. But come in, we'll have a look. But you can see it's had it's concrete foundations there, and it's had a big steel door on it, I'd say. But come in, we'll have a look. Oh, a few little bugs up on the roof. Hopefully I don't swallow one. But look how far that goes. Magic. Yeah, don't go in these tunnels or adits if you're not experienced, because some of them can be very dangerous. This one's pretty safe, but you can see here where there's been timbers going up and around there, and there would have been an old track here, so there would have been an old mining cart. So we'll come up and have a look. You right? There, look. I'm trying not to hold me breath. Oh yeah, there's a nice quartz reef. See there? Now, you'll find that most tunnels run east-west because most quartz reefs run north-south. They'll dig the tunnel east-west trying to intersect the reefs, and that's where they've intersected a reef here. But yeah, nice bit of quartz there. You can see it going up and around. But we'll see where else it goes. Goes a fair way. A few fresh footprints in here too. But look at the work the old boys have done here. See the pick marks? That's all been done with picks. So this was dug basically with a pick and a shovel. But yeah, love seeing the old pick marks in the wall. Anyway, you're right back there. Goes a fair way. Oh, what's going on here? Oh yeah. Here's another reef. Great looking quartz, really contaminated. And you can see they've drove in a little bit there to the left, just following that reef to see how much gold's in it. Obviously there wasn't much because they would have followed that reef. Good place, you know, if you come in here with a detector and detect the walls, but you've got to be very careful because if you start chipping into that roof or that wall, that could collapse. So if you don't know what you're doing, probably don't do it. Anyway, we'll see where else it goes. Oh, beautiful looking quartz. You can see they've had a bit of a look in there. Yeah, a lot more reefs. That's a bigger reef. Look, that's about, you know, a good 14 inches thick, that one, running there. And someone's had a bit of a dig into it, as you can see. Goes a fair way. You can see the ground starts changing. That's what you've got to watch out for, guys. When you see the roots coming through, the ground can get a little bit unstable. This is pretty good. But yeah, if you see big cracks in the walls, I wouldn't go any further. Yeah, someone's been chipping away at this reef. But you can see there's reefs running, like I said, north-south, and then there's nothing in between, and then there's another one pop out. Let's get over these rocks here. Hopefully the torch has got enough battery in it. Okay, it looks like it comes to an end up here. Yeah, so that's where they've stopped. But look at all the old pick marks in the wall. There's just pick marks everywhere on the roof and the walls. But yeah. Okay, we'll head out, but as you can see, it's a fair way out up there. So we'll head out now. Okay, that's it. Wow.
How was that?
Yeah, it was exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
Like, I was just thinking then, like, you know, imagine if I said, oh, here's a pick, a shovel and a wheelbarrow, dig a tunnel for 200 metres. Like, you know, they'd done it bloody tough. They really did, you know, to dig that. Like, I will never go into a tunnel. You were just asking me off air, like you were saying, is there a lot of tunnels around? There is, but some of them you would not go into because there'll be big fractures or cracks in the ceiling, and you can see the big rocks just hanging there.
Yeah.
In slaty ground, and yeah, you just don't go any further. So
I think you mentioned tree roots too in that video.
Yeah, yeah. Like if there's a big tree and yeah, they can fracture the ground, and you know the rocks are just hanging there, and you know I wouldn't like to be digging into the side wall. Look, that one's not too bad, but some of them, yeah, you're only asking for trouble. So if you don't feel safe going into they call them adits, or most people just call them tunnels. If you don't feel safe going into it, yeah, please don't go into it.
Make sure someone always knows where you are as
Where you
well.
are.
If you're a pair, still make sure someone knows.
Yeah, yeah. And most tunnels or adits, most of them will run east-west because most quartz reefs run north-south. So by digging the tunnel east-west, they're intersecting them reefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just basic, but yeah. But yeah, as a kid or teenager, I used to go in a lot of tunnels and adits, and yeah.
What's the scariest thing you've ever seen in one?
Probably a kangaroo shot out of one, but it was a bigger one, you know. Yeah.
Not what you're expecting.
That scared the heebie-jeebies out of me. But yeah, and you know, there's been some where I've been crawling on my tummy to get in there, and I'm petrified of snakes, and I'm always thinking, is there a snake around there, you know? But yeah, yeah, that was a good one, that one.
Do any of them go through to like the other side, or are they like any of them like a maze where there's different shoot-offs?
I know there's one out at Linton Way, up behind the cemetery there, and I believe that goes right through the hill.
Yeah.
I've only probably been halfway into that one, and then yeah, my torch was getting a bit down, so I thought it's time to get out.
Yeah.
But the newer torches nowadays, they just light things up, you know. And you got to remember the old boys, they had carbide lamps or a candle, you know.
Yeah, not much to go off, is it?
Yeah, and the tunnels are so perfect, like, you know.
No pinpointers in there? Or
No, they did well.
Did it tough.
Okay, you want to talk about this one?
Yes, so we did mention this the other week, but we have partnered with Studio 19 Rentals, so you can now rent out a detector and use it while you're paying it off. And at the end of it, you can either buy it outright with whatever you owe at the end, so your rent each week will pay it off. So you can buy it outright, or you can just stop the payments and hand it back in. So no upfront purchase cost, lots of flexibility built in with it. You can buy it at any time, after 1 month, after 3 months, 6 months, however long you've got the rental period for. No hidden fees. There's just a once-off $29 admin fee on approval. And you can add in a protection plan as well, which is quite interesting, which covers accidental damage, fire, and theft by forced entry.
Okay, wow, that's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, because to buy an expensive machine, if something does happen,
Exactly.
you're covered.
So we should be getting like a widget, a graphic on the website in the next week, I'm hoping. So there'll be more information on there. Otherwise, send us a message, email, call the shop, and we'll get you sorted.
Shops.
Shops. I'm going to have to get used to that, aren't
Shops. Yeah. Okay.
This was an exciting nugget found recently. So one of our customers, Terry, he posted this in the Lucky Strike Gold group.
Okay.
Now, if you're not in the group, I do advise you to join already, because you'll hear all of this and you'll see plenty of stories just like this one. So Terry shared one of his favourite finds. It's a stunning 40.87 gram nugget. And personally, I think it's shaped like a little arrowhead. It's kind of got that angular
It has.
on all ways that you look at it. And Terry also showed us this beautiful pendant that he made. So I'm going to do that as a entry in the coming weeks as well.
Okay.
It's cool.
I was shown, I've got to ring the gentleman up. He bought into the shop, but I wasn't in there. But it's
the pyrite.
There's gold in with the crystal.
I do have photos of that for
Okay,
another week
that was
too.
stunning.
Yeah,
Stunning.
beautiful.
Yeah, that's a nice
And that was
piece.
in his mine, I think, that one.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a 40 grams. So yeah, that's over $7,000. Just, it's unbelievable, the price. Yeah. Oh, product of the week. Koala poo. Koala poo. It's 100% tasty, 0% poo.
So these are $19.99. Good presents.
They are. Yeah, it's been popular, hasn't it?
Yeah, so popular. Like, food is never something we've really dabbled into in the shop, but we've got a little range going at the moment with got koala poo, kangaroo poo, raspberry drops, and eucalyptus drops, and they're all kind of got that Australiana theme.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's all doing really well at the moment. And
So you're not just going around the yard here scraping koala poo, because we've got a lot of koalas around here, haven't we? Yeah, no, it's and it's really quality, nice stuff.
I haven't tasted any yet,
You haven't?
unfortunately. So
Yeah. We're at the Melbourne 4x4 show, and I opened up a couple of jars.
couldn't resist, could
I
you?
couldn't resist. Really
You're a
nice.
sucker for chocolate.
No, just a sweet tooth. Okay.
Tip of the week. Let's get it up on screen. When early miners set up camps, they sat on logs, stashed their gear behind the stumps, and sometimes spilled their pouches. A detector passed behind or under logs and stumps can surprise you.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I always say too, like if there's a big tree, if I'm looking for coins and relics, I have mentioned this before, but if I'm looking for coins and relics, I look for the biggest tree in that area, because when it rains, they go for the tree for shelter.
Yeah.
Or if they go to the toilet,
Yeah.
the pants come down and things fall out of their pockets.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess if it's hot too, then that's probably the shadiest tree in the summer.
Yeah. I'm thinking of logs. They'd have to be a fairly large log, because a little log, like when they do the control burns, a lot of the logs get burnt.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, our boot camps. We just had one on the weekend, just gone.
Oh, yeah.
So I know 10 pieces were found on Sunday.
Yeah.
Didn't hear the tally for Saturday,
Yeah.
but yeah, some good reviews. Everyone seems happy. So
I'll have to catch up with the boys and see
Yes.
how they went, because they were doing the 2-dayer up at Inglewood, and Mum and myself were doing the 1-dayers
Yep,
around
Saturday,
Creswick.
Sunday.
So so it was busy.
So next up, we've got the 3-day boot camp at Moonambell.
Moonambell.
I'll get it right one day. That's on the 18th of October. 2-day boot camp in Maryborough, which is still fully booked. And we've got the 17th of November at Talbot for a 5-day boot camp.
Okay.
So at this stage, they're the last ones for 2025.
Yep.
But
that's the 2, 3 and 5-day ones, but we're still running the 1-day ones.
and training as well.
And training. Yep.
But there might be one more spare weekend where we can do something, but we're still early stages.
Trying to fit it in. It's just, I know next month, October's crazy, because we've got the Lanakuri Gold Bash.
Yeah.
That's going to be, we'll be there again this year. What else is coming up? I think there's a show coming up. There's a bit going on. October's.
Working on the shop, the new gold monster that's coming out.
Yeah. My birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want for your birthday?
Bulldozer would be handy.
Bulldozer.
Anyway, that's a real one, not a toy one. Okay. Still running the competition, which seems to be fairly popular.
Yeah.
It's good, interesting to see what people are finding.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't have to be big gold. It can be a little tiny bit of gold, and each bit's unique.
It is. Each one has like a different shape, a different... different texture.
$200.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you can sign up to the newsletter here as well, or join the Lucky Strike Gold Facebook group and post your finds in there.
Okay. A video.
Yes. Next video, this is of the water race.
Oh, that was the one out near Dalesford Way. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we'll go into you explaining what that is.
Okay. Darren here. Just thought I'd show you what a water race is. Now, there's a lot of water races around in the goldfields, but this one here, like what a water race is, that there'd be a dam or a reservoir of water, and they used to dig these trenches to take the water from the dam or the reservoir to where they needed the water on the goldfields, and then they would sell it to the miners. Now, quite often you'll find gold on the embankment because they weren't interested in finding gold. They're more interested in getting the water A to B to sell the water to the miners. So sometimes you will get gold on the embankment, and it happened Saturday on a tour. A customer was going along after I'd done the talk. He went on this type of scenario and he found a bit of gold. Now, I'd say that this water race has been dug that way because most people are right-handed. So you can imagine when the people are in the trench digging it with the shovel, they'd be throwing the dirt that way. Because if it was a left-handed person, they would be throwing the dirt on the high side. But I reckon they've gone that way, and that's the way they've thrown the dirt out. But quite often I will follow a water race to see where it actually goes. And yeah, you're hoping that it goes to a good area that produces good gold.
Well, I know I learned a thing or two from that.
Oh, the water race.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's sort of, they were digging the trenches to get the water from a dam or reservoir to where they needed it to mine, and then they would sell it to them. It's a bit like today, I suppose, our water's in pipelines out the front of our property,
true.
and they're interested in selling us water. It was the same back then.
Yeah.
But because they weren't interested in gold, because the trenches go through some good bearing gold country, you will get gold on what they've thrown out.
Okay.
And I think I mentioned in that video, because most people are right-handed, you can tell which way the dirt's been thrown out.
Yeah.
And I will follow that water race and see where it goes. Because you might be in an area where you think there's no gold, and you see a water race, just follow it and see
Yeah.
where it goes.
I think that's a ripping tip because
Yep.
I'd never heard of it before. And
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was last weekend, we were out doing the tours at Slady Creek, Creswick, and I told about the water races, and a bloke actually found a bit on the water race.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know which one because there's a lot of them out there where we were running the tours, but yeah, so he learnt something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Handy little tip.
okay.
Topic of the night: what old timers can teach us. So first little tip I've got is patience pays off.
Yeah, look, and I do see this because we've been running the tours now for about 17 years, and I see some people are more patient than others. You know, like they say, a standard coil on a detector, an area that you should do completely detected is about the size of a tennis court.
Yeah.
You know,
Which isn't very big when you think about it.
it's not. And I explain to this on the tours, I'll say it's like me giving you a paintbrush and painting that little area there. If you zig and zag, you're going to miss a lot of area. But if you overlap that brush or coil, you're doing it properly, you know. And then you can go one way and then you can come another way if you wish, you know. And they call that, you know, they'll do it chaining and cross chaining, but I generally only do it the one way.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to cover the next patch of ground.
Yeah. And then you know that you've covered that area off well. You can know in yourself to then move on.
Yeah. And patience, look, it will test you because there's days where you go out and you won't find anything, and then there's days that you'll go out and everything's happening for you. Yeah, it will test you. Yeah. And it's not easy if I suppose you don't know what to look for, you know. Yeah.
And then something that old timers had to do a lot was reading the ground.
Look, and people say to me, oh, you know, what type of ground should I be looking for? But it depends on that area because you might have a white clay in one particular area that you look for, and then in another area you might have a red clay. So there's different things that you look for in different areas. Yeah. You know, I look for sometimes, you know, cherry trees, or I'll look for she oaks, or, you know, the prickly acacia bushes, or, you know, and then there's different things I look for in WA, just not with plants, but with the geology of the ground.
Yeah. And the money trees in WA.
Yeah, money trees, the type of ground that's carrying the gold, you know, the different coloured slates, different types of reefs. There is a lot to learn.
Even looking at what's artificial, like where other people have been, what indicates that they've found gold there, where were the miners resting.
Yeah. And people say to me, like, oh, you know, there's detecting holes here, all the gold's gone. But you'd be surprised how much gold you actually find in other people's holes. I don't know if they haven't got a good quality machine, or it's their experience level that the coil's not flat to the ground. You know, they might be that high off the ground, they're missing the gold, or just couldn't find the target, you know. And it's harder to find the smaller pieces than the bigger pieces if you're not experienced.
Yeah.
You know,
using what you've got. I think the old timers were definitely a good representation of this. They might have just had a shovel and out they went.
Yeah, and that's what I say. Like, you know, the old timers had a pick, a shovel and a wheelbarrow, and they had to go out and find gold to eat. We're lucky we've got metal detectors where they're loaming. I think I talked about loaming last week, but where they're loaming looking for the source, we're sort of loaming looking for nuggets out on the new ground.
Yeah.
And a new ground is basically where the miners haven't been.
Yeah.
You know, which I look for a lot of new ground in Western Australia, and it pays.
Yeah.
It does pay.
So yeah, whether you've got a gold pan, you got a basic detector, use what you've got, learn the skills.
Yeah. You know, people, you know, when they can't find gold, they're blaming the coil, or the detector or the tour operator. It's not any of them. It's the operator just needs to slow down, have the patience, and detect right, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowledge passed down.
Yeah, you can't beat knowledge passed down. You can read books and you can look at maps, but sometimes local knowledge is gold.
Yeah.
Because you might go to an area and you think, oh gee, there's holes everywhere, I'm not wasting my time, it's all gone. Where someone like myself knows that there's been, I'll just say, 200 ounces found on that hill.
Yeah.
So I will persist on that spot knowing that it was very rich.
Yeah.
Where if that person doesn't know much about the area, like I said, they're going to put probably 5-10 minutes in, this area's hammered, we're going.
Yeah.
And they move on to the next spot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, I think knowledge is so powerful. Like, you should be doing everything you can to get as much knowledge as possible, whether that's reading books, asking your friends, going on a tour, like
joining up with a club,
Yeah.
a PMAV club, and there's lots of them around,
Yeah.
And I saw on Facebook, earlier on today, and someone said, oh, I'm just new to the industry. Can someone take me out and show me what to look for? Join up with a prospecting club. The people in the club are doing the work to take you to where there's gold,
Yeah.
or come out on a tour. Like when I started in 1980, there was no one around to help me. So yeah, just ask, and if you go out with a group and say a prospecting group, a club, and that person's finding a lot of gold and you're only new, just say, oh look, do you mind if I don't detect but follow you around and just see what they're doing different to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I'm hearing a lot lately is knowledge is the new currency.
Okay.
Which it's true, like all these big companies are paying for the knowledge, for the databases, so yeah, it's important to have and to learn it the right way.
Yeah, and I say to this on the people on the tours, like I'll say, oh, what do you do? And they say, oh, I'm a plumber. And I say, well, I can plumb the house, but it might not be a good job. You're good at what you do, and I've been around gold a long time. Yeah, and still learning. The day that I say, oh yeah, I know everything about gold, it's ego and BS taken over. Yeah, so yes.
This one kind of goes on before, but observe carefully. So
Yeah, I suppose what you mean by that is when you find a bit of gold, just take the time and the effort to have a look around where you found that bit of gold, what's associated with it. Have a look at the rocks and the clay and the bushes growing there. Look what type of grass is growing. Look at the angle of the hill. Look at, there's a reef hole up on the hill, and, look at the gold and say, oh, it's pretty water worn. I wonder if it's coming, on that angle from the reef hole, or
because I think with gold, it's not extremely random, like it follows patterns.
It does.
And once you understand those patterns, you have a better chance at finding it the next time.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Respect the land.
Yeah. Look, what I'm noticing too, because the gold price is up, there's a lot of raked spots out there, I suppose, and a bit of a mess in some areas. So, kick the stones and the leaves back over, fill your holes in. That's one of my pet hates, not filling your holes in. And yeah, on the weekend, I went to a spot there and someone had got a load of wood, so they're illegal chopping firewood, and they've dumped their ute full of rubbish next, I just don't like people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one. History repeats.
What do you mean by that? History repeats.
So, like the old timers' workings often point directly to where gold could still be today.
Yeah, yeah. Look, in some areas, and this is what I explain on the tours, when there's more holes closer together, you know it was pretty rich.
Yeah.
But when there's one hole scattered here and one scattered over there, 20 feet, they're looking to see which way that old river system is going, or they're looking just to see what's under the ground. And that's why in most gullies, you'll see one or two test holes,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. But just, yeah, look for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty excited there a few days ago. I come across an area which is not a known goldfields, and there's workings there. So I've got to get the time to go and have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on any maps. I've never even heard of this spot.
Wow.
Pretty remote, but
Well, you're
yeah.
just doing a random drive and you came across it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Had a bit of time off, and it was a track that I always wanted to go down,
Yeah.
and went down, and and that's what you've got to do. You've got to
Research.
not go where everybody else has gone. You've got to also look for new spots.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we will put the winner is going to carry over to next week, so it's going to be a 2-week sort of draw if you want to win a free training day. So yeah, that's all for tonight.
That's it.
Hope you enjoyed the big news reveal, and next week we will say where it's going to be, what town.
What town? Yeah. Exciting days ahead.
Yes, it is.
Very exciting. Can't wait.
All right, guys.
Okay.
That's all for tonight, and we will see you
you.
next Tuesday.
We will. Cheers.
Bye.